Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green, and the fans have been waiting since early this morning for the clash we have in store. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the SMU Mustangs, taking on another team from the Big 12, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. North Texas will kick it off to get this game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So SMU's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Now on second down. The give from the gun. Tackled after picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Touch pass on the right. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Mustangs will snap it on first and 10. Might as well give it to him again. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on third and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
So North Texas offense will go to work for the first time today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
To the air, it's Fernandez. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. North Texas will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's usually prime return position, but He'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He wants to throw here on second down. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That's 20. He's got space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on second and goal. Barges ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I'll tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable with that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
Looking downfield, it's Fernandez. Breaks the tackle. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Working on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The give to the back. Smashes through. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on second down. Now the play fake. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the defense defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Leaves it with the running back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Mustangs line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll haul it in right around the logo. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass, it's Fernandez. Throws to the tight end. Almost had the completion, just missed it. This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. North Texas will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Dialing up a second down pass play. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint, because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Split backs here. On the option. Now the toss. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Fernandez. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I just got to get to that first down mark. That's all I'm trying to accomplish. Nice job by the quarterback. Nice read. Nice job by the running back understanding the situation. Fresh set of downs for this offense now.
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Getting some heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It is good. And that's going to tie it up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Rousseau. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to pass. It's Fernandez. Working that left side now. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They mark it at the 29. First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Crosses the 40. Running toward the tape. He's at the 20. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, North Texas. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Central Michigan. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to move it through the air. He'll try to do it himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
With the catch, it's Rousseau. Touchdown, SMU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI, and it'll be first down for this offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires on the move. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the grab. It's Harbor. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. 1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's going to fire deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Mustangs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Goes to the option. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. North Texas really has it going on offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Turns it on at midfield. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Got it set up on the outside. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Here comes the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. He'll take it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Swings it out to his running back. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
A great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football and trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Trying to pick it up on the ground. The Mustangs are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Looking left. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football. And sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long. And right there, I think he did. He'd probably want that throw.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat across the offensive lineman's face and work his way to the QB.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, and they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, 3rd down in particular. They've got to be better moving forward.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. North Texas has it going to work with another 1st down. The option look. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Get it out on the screen. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Dropping back, it's Fernandez. Throws for the tight end. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. North Texas will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll call for the fair catch here. 1st down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen him had a lie. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
On the option. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Now the pitch. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line gets set, 1st down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. 2nd down now after the sack. Back to throw, it's Fernandez. He lobs one high down the left side. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. The sure hands, it's Harbor. He's finally got it out of bounds, and even with that kind of pickup, they are still short of the 1st down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in. Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll give it to the back. Discards a man. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Heaves it deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David. Now trying to put something together.
Well, Reese, you know how much...
He'll off one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Fernandez. It's complete to the left. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. North Texas will come to the line with a first and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Just a crushing mistake on the penalty. Wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. First and goal for the offense. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Can't get him to the ground. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
You know, sometimes wide receivers are so eager to get upfield once they have the ball. They take their eyes away. You really got to do a good job looking it in and securing the catch.
Floating away. He's going to run it. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green.
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about, and you take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cal is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Aaron Rodgers, this has not been a blowout today in Berkeley. They're up by 10 over USC. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out past the 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now he's going to break the pocket. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. And the Mustangs will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the returner will be brought down. North Texas Texas sends the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. North Texas has it going to work with another first down. This is a designed run. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Back to the ground game on the left. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Fast motion from the offense. On third down, going up top. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And what a fortuitous turn of events to get that football back. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. You understand the celebration after taking the lead, guys, but this thing is not over yet. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Looking to go up top on first down. He's got his man. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. He makes the grab. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Coming after it. Going to try to get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On third down, he drops to throw. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Well, that one fell incomplete, but they know they're only one big completion away here from getting that field goal they need so bad. They have time to get a first down, clock it, or use the sideline to stop the clock and put them in position to win this game.
Feeling some heat. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for him.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.